The Knicks and Raptors had a conversation earlier this month when New York was in Toronto about an OG Anunoby deal. Toronto then was down in the G League showcase in Orlando, talked to a few other teams about an Anunoby trade, and then came back to New York. And on Saturday, this deal was consummated. Knicks obtaining OG Anunoby and Precious Achiuwa and Malachi Flynn in exchange for Immanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, and a future second-round pick, a valuable one that's coming from Detroit in this upcoming draft, sources confirm. So now with RJ Barrett going out, Immanuel Quickley going out, I'm told that the Knicks feel like there's a bit of a consolidation on their talent, of their talent. They also feel like they have a little bit more financial flexibility in free agency this summer and in trades because they shed a little bit of salary, so that leaves them further from that apron that they're hard capped at. And obviously they love the idea of adding OG Anunoby, very good defender, shot, I believe, around 40% from three from the corner, 7'2" wingspan, versatile, can guard at least 1 through 4, so gives them a fantastic defender to go into that starting lineup. And also, when you look at RJ Barrett specifically, maybe it gives Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle a little bit more room. Because RJ Barrett, I thought he filled in that third role between those three players really well. But OG Anunoby maybe needing the ball in his hands a little bit less. And on RJ Barrett, Knicks drafting him number 3 overall in 2019. I'm told that he loves New York, and he loved the idea of remaining in New York. So I'm sure it's a little bittersweet for him. But if he was going to get moved anywhere, I'm told that Toronto obviously is an ideal place because he's from there. It's his home city. He plays a big role for the Canadian national team in the Olympics. So I'm sure he's excited about going home while also not really wanting to leave New York. On Immanuel Quickley, obviously Knicks did not agree with him on an extension prior to the deadline before the season. That always made it a little more likely that he was going to end up on another team. And I'm told that the Knicks, internally, there was concerns among some about their ability to re-sign Quickley and also re-sign or sign to new contracts players who are currently on the roster. Finances were a bit of a concern there, so I think that played a part into why Quickley was moved. And then you look at Anunoby. Obviously, he's going to start. What does that do to the starting lineup? DiVincenzo coming off the bench, and Precious Achiuwa obviously gives the Knicks depth with their injury issues at the 5 spot. Malachi Flynn also obviously giving them depth in that second unit. But I wonder if Deuce McBride now creeps into the rotation, regular rotation with Immanuel Quickley now in Toronto. So a lot to dissect for the Knicks here, a lot of decisions to make for the Knicks here in the wake of this Anunoby trade. But one team that was not involved in the discussions felt like the Knicks probably should have given up more draft compensation, so they were surprised that Knicks didn't have to give up more draft compensation in that trade. Knicks obviously having a bevy of first-round picks, their own, and owning 4 additional first-round picks in the future to work with on different trades. I mean, I don't think they're done. I think this was maybe one of 2 bigger moves that are, I don't want to say in the plans, but I think general framework of how they're thinking. And so I don't think they're done. They still have assets to work with in terms of their draft picks, some other players. But today, it's OG Anunoby coming to New York, giving the Knicks a very strong defender and a strong perimeter shooter.